Hey guys, Clumsy here and welcome back to ATS Season 3. Now this is one series that has been put on hold for so long, but finally we are back. And we are still in our pretty brand new, simple looking Kenworth T800 from the GTM team. We're still with that same truck as with the previous episode. I'm not even sure what number that was, but it's been so long. In this episode we'll be checking out the new road. The new road in Oregon, 140. And we'll be headed to Battle Mountain. Now you might notice, what Battle Mountain? I don't think that's included in the default. Well, I do have a couple of mods, including, as you might see, Viva Mexico, Mexico Extremo, and Meximap. And I have the US expansion as well by P16. That's why there are a couple of added towns, cities in here. But we'll go and check it out bit by bit. First though, let's get the job. So the job will take us from Burns in Oregon to Battle Mountain in Nevada. It's asking us to take this route, but we'll take a detour and take the new road so we can take a look for what's new with 1.34. That's the trailer to our right. Let me see. It's been a while since I drove with this truck. I think it's a 10-speed Eaton Fuller. Still sounds amazing. Let's look for... is there a digital speedo? Do I need a digital speedo? Maybe not. Okay, let's go with that then. This is the wrong gear. The wrong shifter layout. One sec. Give me a few seconds. Because this should be Eaton Fuller 10 speeds. At the same time, let me put on some music. There you go. Right, we're good to go. CG Cup is back for foggy weather. Yeah, we still have foggy weather enabled. We have real traffic density mod by SIP. We have yeah, this mod, the Kenworth T800. I wanted to check with you guys as well. Are you fine with this truck? Or, because to be honest, I'm not really sure if we can afford the new truck. We can trade it in probably. But let's see. For now, we keep this one because I can also switch to the T800 from Dimitri. The one with the rear view, rear cam. Really like that one as well. So we can switch to that if you guys want. Let me know in the comments, alright? And let me know if you want to continue this series. Because it's been a while and we haven't given ATS so much loving. So we'll probably make our way south to explore Mexico. And then we will, once Washington is out, we will for sure explore that as well. Okay, let's attach. There you go. This is 15-ton digger. And before anything else, let's reroute. Because instead of going through 95, let's go through 140 that way. Yeah, perfect. It's going to be a lot longer, going to be 409 miles, but we're not in a hurry anyway. So that should be fine. Hopefully we can make that work. Good. And before anything else, let me just open the questions because we do have a couple of questions that are still pending. So let me open the list and let me try and answer them as we go. I'll share a few updates first though. Let's see. Okay, I have it with me. We're good to go. Now I think I can actually just go straight and turn right instead of following that GPS. Making a U-turn. Yeah, I think we're good with that. So when was the last episode for this? I haven't really checked. I remember I started this series when Oregon came out. That's probably a couple of months ago. And then I did a few episodes. I can't even remember how many. And then I stopped. I continued streaming ATS, but I have not been really working on this series exactly. And maybe I should get used to shifting again. There we go, a little bit of dirt road, a little bit of unevenness, but no biggie. We should be doing just fine. Alright, so a few channel updates. Oh man, that looks so good. The sunlight seeping through the trees. That looks so good. Finding my gear. There we go. Okay, that works. So a few channel updates. You might have seen what's been happening in the channel recently. Things are changing bit by bit, and hopefully you guys are enjoying those changes. In particular, some new games have come up, some games have been replaced. You might have noticed that Explain is now part of the repertoire. I know I butchered that, but you get it. You get the picture. I have become such an Explain addict, I must admit. I've been flying non-stop because I really want to learn the skills. Oh, thank you. I don't think you had any choice but to give me away, but good. So yeah, I've been flying in Explain. I've been screwing up a lot of times. Not the best landings, not the best navigation, not the best stability and control, but I'm getting there. I'm learning bit by bit, and it's such an exhilarating experience. I mean, the simulation that Explain gives, that is I think that the epitome of simulation. Because Truck Sim is this one, ATS, ETS2. It's the smoothest simulator I've ever encountered. Yeah, smooth frame rates, very polished feel. But it does not have the simulator features, the hardcore simulator features. Like mainly the flicking of switches in each and every realistic setting, like how the engine behaves, if you have to like warm the engine beforehand. Whoa, last minute swerving, hype. Traffic is quite fast, huh? So yeah, quite a bit of lacking stuff in terms of simulation, although the polish is very much there. Like if you're looking at other sims, train sims, flight sims, I mean, I don't think you can find any other simulator that is as polished as this one. This is just, even though it's lacking in features, yeah, you cannot really go out of your truck, you cannot do stuff on your truck, you cannot even click on the switches yourself. Oi, I have right of way. And yeah, so even though you can't do those things, it's still amazing because you get to the core feature is there, which is driving the truck, maneuvering it, and having a feel of how it behaves, especially compared to a normal car. What is that sound? Sports car, maybe. Is that one of those new trailers? The logging trailers? I guess so. Maybe we can buy those one of these days. We have a lot of saving up to do though, because we only have 39,000. So we're still a bit poor. So yeah, we have to be really we have to really think about the things that we purchase. That looks like a very nice road. Too bad it's close to us. Oh, let me try to float gears here. Perfect. Not even a single millisecond of gear grinding. I don't get lucky that often, to be honest. And I am speeding. Let me slow down a bit before any cop catches me. Stick to 35. There we go. And you guys have been telling me. So in the comments, in the tweets, thank you for letting me know, guys. Really appreciate it when you reach out and provide some tips and suggestions. And when you say you like the series, or you like the video, or if you like to see a particular thing, I might not be able to fulfill each one, but I do read them all, and I try to reply to every single one, and I try to accommodate as much as I can, those in line with what I can offer. But yes, a lot of guys have been commenting and telling me stuff about ATS. Looks like SCS really did the number on this. A lot of improvements have been made under the hood, specifically map improvements with 1.34. A few like minor things here and there, like this road, new signages, that kind of stuff. I remember someone tweeted me, I forgot the details, but I think we'll have to check that out one time. So apart from the official 1.34 update, the new 140 road in Oregon and the rebuilt Tonopah, there have been also minor improvements all across the map, and those improvements I really want to know, but I don't think there is an accurate way, an easy way to spot them all. So I'll have to rely on you guys to see what you found. Okay, the digital speedo is just right there below the analog speedo. That's what I was looking for. And this dashboard is from Livestock Trailer, care of Sissel, I think that was. Sissel's trailer pack. Let's have a look at the signage here. 395. Okay, maybe that's, we go through 395 first before we go to 140. Squeeze in, thank you. There we go. Very scenic route here. So yeah, you can really feel how polished this is, 60 frames per second. Even though we have a couple of complaints with the graphics engine, that it's dated and whatnot, if you compare it with other simulators, it's still one of the best looking ones out there. Very best looking ones, and frame rate wise, very optimized. So SCS is really improving it bit by bit. I hope they have the simulation aspect in mind as well. Aside from expanding the map, to be able to finally flick those switches, do those startups, you know, have a mind for, I don't know, oil temperature or whatnot, because in X-Plane all of those are simulated either via the base game or via mods. And the modding capability of X-Plane is totally unmatched, because it has that scripting unlocked, so you can do almost everything. You have access to almost everything, and that's how they can come up with all those custom planes, custom features and whatnot. So yeah, additional mod support is something that SCS can also adopt, maybe, hopefully. But yes, that's what I pick up from playing X-Plane. Simming X-Plane, don't even know if you can call it playing anymore. I still call it playing because it's fun. It's so educational and so entertaining though, although it does take a bit of patience because the flights can get quite long and it's like a 1:1 scale. And the fast forward, there's like a fast forward feature, so you don't have to like travel the entire way, so it time speeds up or whatnot, or your speed increases, something like that. But slow down a bit here because these bends are a bit scary. Good. Floating gears. But yes, I've been getting a couple of inputs and now I can share a bit here. It's quite interesting how the simulation aspect can be really modeled in the game, and how much immersion flicking the switches adds. I remember my time in OMSI. OMSI is like, I think there's like this bar, you know, you can see like the leftmost, this is like simulation, the rightmost is the polish, and OMSI is like on the leftmost side where you have pure simulation. OMSI is the bus simulator. If you're not familiar with it, you can Google it. This hardcore bus simulator, where you can really flick the switches, have those authentic sounds mod support and whatnot. So in terms of simulation, it's right on the extreme side, but polish wise, it's the most unpolished sim I think I've played. So it's buggy, it's prone to crashes, not smooth frame rate, very ancient graphics, but it's hardcore simulation. On the other side of the spectrum, the polished side, I think you have truck sim. You don't have much of the actual simulation in there, but the driving experience, the relaxing feel, the polish, the stability, the frame rate, and the graphics, all on the top edge. So that's the spectrum. And then X-Plane, I would put it somewhere in the middle, maybe more on the left side. So it's not the smoothest in terms of frame rate. The graphics can be improved via mods, orthophotos and whatnot, but it still has that simulation feel, that hardcore simulation. Granted, getting into X-Plane, getting into flight sims in general is a very different world than the world of truck sims, especially when it comes to the price. X-Plane itself is like what, $60 compared to ATS. The base game is like what, $5 during sale, $20 full price, something like that. And then most of the mods are free. There are a couple of paid mods, but those are few and not very welcome. People from truck sim community, we are very used to free mods. It's quite the opposite in X-Plane and flight sims. They're pretty much used to paid mods, and these paid mods are really quality mods. Some of them can reach around $60, I think. I bought one plane which is like $20, $20. But it's worth every penny because it's so realistic. It simulates the engine temperature, what you have to do exactly, go around your plane, check the wings, that everything works, unlatch them, remove the chokes and everything. And then the fuel mixture, making it clean, making it rich, you know, that kind of detail is all there. So if that can somehow be put into truck sim, my goodness, that will be the dream. That will be the dream. But anyway, I've been speaking so much. Okay, we are approaching 140. We're going to travel 140 east. Yeah, that's it. That's the turn. And it's also nice because we're doing truck sim here, and then in X-Plane we're doing truck sim in the US here, and in X-Plane I'm also flying over the US, mainly in California, but in 1:1 scale, and now of course from a bird's eye view, from like, I don't know, 10,000 feet up in the air or something. So it's quite a different view, but also quite similar, because I can see the beautiful highways and intersections in California as we drive with them here in this game. And I think it was, who was it? Was it Gato who made the suggestion? I think we can roleplay sometime. Actually, that might be a nice video, huh? That gave me an idea, making it an end-to-end thing, you know. But that might be a very long video. Maybe I have to cut it into 2 videos, but do a connected job. Like I take from X-Plane, start in X-Plane, travel from one place to the other, and then when I get to that place, I then make a video of ATS traveling from that place, taking the goods to somewhere else. Yeah, that's end-to-end shipping. That's transport fever in first person. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can also include a train. The train might be a bit harder though, because the map is not as complete. Or maybe it is, but I just don't have it. Yeah, that would be cool, huh? That would be like hardcore simulation. Maybe we can start with the plane and truck combo. This is pretty nice here. Actually very much full of details. The bends are kind of a bit subtle, not too scary, not like Mexico Extremo, but enough to keep you on your toes. Rocks. Slow down a bit. very nice view. Can we take a photo somewhere? Question is where? Let me try. Let me try after we do that bend. Okay, over here maybe. Let me try this. And I'll have to move my head a bit. My keyboard is in a different position. Actually, that is not bad. Yeah, we see the bends, the cliff. Although I think I can take it from much more dramatic position. Something like that, yeah? Something like that would work. Nailed it. I like it. Oh. Okay, we continue. So I mentioned I was doing Q&A, but sometimes this kind of monologue takes me away. So many things I want to talk about, and I want to really share my passions, you know, what I'm currently into. But hopefully you kind of dig this thing, otherwise I will be I have to cut it out. That was a very interesting junction. Had a couple of fuel stations, a rest area. Too bad we didn't stop there. Very nice. Very nice day for trucking. You know what else we could simulate in ATS that would be nice? Real weather. In X-Plane it's possible to get real weather, and it's just a very immersive experience, you know, knowing that wherever you're flying, it's actually how that weather is in real life. There's something that adds to the immersion there. That's that feeling of realism. And even though you can just easily like go to a website, check the weather, and then apply the same stuff, it's still different when you really have it automatically adjusting as you're just driving, or just as you're just flying, you know. Real weather would be amazing. Although I guess it would be kind of tricky because the scale is different. So if the scale is different, you travel faster. And also, I guess, how long should the rain be then? I don't know, maybe they can base it from the, I don't know, 1 day late? I have no clue. But yeah, it would be nice to have some real weather. But I can imagine the complexity brings. Man, this is such a nice road. I was thinking it was going to be like barren and everything, but you have all these cliffs. Use extreme caution. Okay, now I'm scared. 45 turning. Okay, we should be fine. Rocks again. What was that? That was my daily loan payment. Imagine how hard that would be if you had the loan and you had to pay it daily. Goodness, that would be a headache, huh? In real life, I don't think I would want something like that. Oh man, that is nice. Overlooking this view. Very cool road. I know a lot of people have been requesting for me to make a video on this. Honestly, I was not too excited because I said, well, it's just one new road. I mean, how good could it be? I stand corrected. It's so good. I mean, this feels a bit like X-Plane from this view. Overlooking the scenery there, being so high up here. Yeah, having even having like a photo op session in there. Are there even Easter eggs here? Maybe. Yeah. Plow through it. This is getting a bit steep. But let's stick to this range. I don't want to shift because if I shift I might fall. Because it is getting steeper and steeper. So let's let the road even out, and then shift. There you go. Okay, I think I can do some Q&As now. I think I've blabbered on enough. How far are we away? 211 miles. Okay, let's do some Q&A. And yeah, by the way, Grace also suggested this, and I think it's a good idea. We can probably do some Q&A as well and explain, because there will be times when we're just cruising. There will be a fixed amount of time where we will be cruising on the air and just traveling straight on autopilot with nothing else to do, just admiring the view. So I guess we can also do some Q&As there. You let me know if you're interested in that, okay? Alright, anyway, let's start. So the first question is from Rohan. Oregon thanks you, come back soon. We are now crossing into Nevada. And so the speed limit should... Yeah, there you go. Speed limit is now 70. Oops. Something east. Why was that blacked out? That should have been... The road number should have been included there, right? Anyway, so from Rohan, how would you react if a big celebrity watches your channel and also in your Discord server? It would be a huge honor. It always feels great when you know someone or when you look up to someone and then they comment that they watch your videos and they comment that they've seen your video or things like that. It's really an honor. I mean, for example, if my idol Realism would watch my videos or drop by the Discord and say hello, it would be like, oh, starstruck. I would be like fangirling all about. Virgin Valley Campground. Where? Which one? That one? That seems like a small campground. Yeah, that one. Blank East. Is that a mod conflict or something? Because it should say the road number, right? Telling you which direction you're headed and also the road number. Which is, oh my goodness, I forgot what road we're in. 140? Right, 140. Maybe a mod conflict. But let me know if you have the same issue. But yeah, it would be such an honor, and I would probably be fangirling if that were to happen. I've had some similar things happen to me along the same lines, not like hardcore fangirl moment, but really like feeling touched and honored. One example was from EVR, from Vasily. So during the time when EVR shifted into paid mods, even before then, I really liked his sounds already. He was releasing a lot of free stuff, and I was really a fan, especially with the Switch sounds. And so when he released his paid mod, I think I contacted him, and then I introduced myself. My name's Clumsy, I make videos, I would like to try out your mod, things like that. It would be an honor to check them out. And then I think I was asking for a copy because I'm just such a cheapskate. Or was I telling him that I bought something? I think I bought something. Probably Vasily remembers it better, or maybe not. Let's stop here. I think we finished the road. That was a very nice experience on this road. Even a very interesting truck stop there. Dirt road, but looks pretty cozy. Good. So, yeah, so I emailed him and then he replied back. And then he said something like, oh, hey Clumsy, like, I know you. Yes, I know you. I've been watching your videos, and when I heard that, it's like, wow, EVR watching my videos, such an honor. And then when for example Krishmam replies to my videos, it's like, wow, Krishmam actually watched my video. And when the mod authors watch my video, like when I'm trying out a mod and I really like it, like when the Pro Mods team contacted me, or when but yeah, it's just such an honor because you're paying tribute, you're giving tribute to these mods and how beautiful they are and how much you enjoy them, and to have the creator actually contact you and appreciate what you're doing, it's such a great feeling. And it's one of the reasons that I do this, that sense of community, you know. And of course, in line with that sense of community is mainly and why I do this mainly, aside from to have fun, to have some game time for myself, is to share it with you. I know I've always been saying it, but I think without you guys, I probably would have stopped. I probably would have stopped a long time ago. You guys make the experience worth every hard work. All the preps, all the recording, all the mishaps, they're all worth it, because it's such a nice feeling to have a community that we can learn from each other, and we can like contribute, and it's a give and take relationship. It's not only one way. So it's such a great experience to have. But yeah, that's thank you for the question, Ron. That's a very interesting one. The next one is from Gato. So the questions range from deep philosophical to personal questions for today. Do we have personal questions? I'm not so sure, but we do have a lot. So let me go to the next one. Ooh, what happened there? Ugly. We have one from Gato. Gato says, asks, without looking, what is the color of your shirt? It's white. For sure it's white. Now I look. Yeah, it's white. I don't know about you guys, but for me, like, yeah, I'm not really sure if this is common in other countries or even in other households, but I think it is at least in tropical countries, because it's super hot. So I have like a different set of clothes of what I wear inside the house and outside the house. I guess that's common, right? But the clothes that I wear inside the house, and in Filipino we have a specific name for it. In English, I don't know a direct translation. House clothes, I don't know. There is a specific characteristic that I'm looking for in these shirts. Namely, they have to be very, very thin, you know, not thick, so that air flows through, and the more holes there are in, the better it would be, because that's free air conditioning. So yeah, when a shirt gets very old and it starts getting holes, rips all over, that's the time it would get upgraded as a house shirt. That's because I'll be able to wear it and have free air conditioning, you know, and it's perfect for when I'm recording like this, because I mean, when I'm recording, I have to close all the windows, close all the doors, so that no outside sounds will come out. I won't have much of background noise, and so it's going to be very hot, because I live in a tropical country. I live in Singapore, so every help in ventilation I can get, I will take. And that's why I like those kinds of shirts. Although Mrs. Clumsy doesn't like them at all, so she always tells me to throw them away already. But it's a bit of a constant battle. Sometimes I give in, sometimes I negotiate. But yeah, most of these shirts are white, because in terms of the color for the heat, white is the best for not trapping heat inside. So yeah, most of the time I'm wearing white and house shirts. But when I'm streaming, I have to. That's why when I'm streaming, I have a face cam. I have to look a bit presentable, otherwise people will look at me and say, "Oh, that's a beggar streaming," or something. How poor that guy. Or maybe I should do that so that people will pity me and then cheer or donate or something. Or maybe not. But yes, so when I stream, I really have to do extra work and really like put on some other shirt that is presentable that I would wear outside, yeah, so that it wouldn't be that embarrassing while I'm streaming. But yeah, that's quite an interesting shirt question there. I wouldn't have thought we could get a discussion out from that. But thank you, Gato. Interesting questions, as I told you. Still blocked there. Yeah, even the 95 road. Might be something in there, really. Let's observe the other roads as we go. Very nice advertisements. can't remember if those advertisements are from SCS or from a mod I have. Gallon is a company in ATS for sure, a fictional company from ATS. I can't remember if they updated that. I think they did. But yeah, with how amazing our modders are nowadays, it's very hard to tell if it's from SCS or from a mod, because it looks so seamless. Someone's trying to hitch a ride. Hitch a ride! Oh no, that's catch a ride. Comment if you got the reference. Okay. Alright, so we have next... Wow, we have like 21 questions from Jay. So the next couple of episodes, it will be from Jay. Thanks a lot, Jay, for really thinking hard and coming up with these questions. I have not read them before. So this is the first time I'm going to look at them. So this is like as honest as you can get Q&A. No prep time beforehand. And let me just congratulate Jay as well, because he just finished his major PC upgrade. He now has like a Threadripper, 2080 Ti video card. It's like the works. 128 gig of RAM. Like the most powerful PC you can think of, that's what he got. My goodness. We must be having a blast, Jay. And looks like we will be having a blast as well soon if I don't find a fuel station. We are reaching the red zone. Slow down a bit. There we go. These roadworks are very seamless as well. There we go. That's the warning. Don't worry, we still have 3 bars on the fuel meter. Let's just keep the revs low. Okay, and I think there is a fuel stop. No, that's just a rest area. Dang it. Okay. Let's just glide here maybe. Save some fuel. I don't want to embarrass myself and run out of fuel on the first episode after a long time, but I think we will have to decide soon. Welcome to Winnemucca. Okay, let's have a look. Do we have any gas stations nearby? We are near already though, but I think if we go straight here in Winnemucca, we'll approach a gas station, so I think we'll do that. Let's do that to be on the safe side. Let's explore a little. There we go, Winnemucca discovered. Very nice. Are those new? The lamppost signs, the blue ones? Those look very nice. Oh my goodness, this looks like X-Plane. This scenery with the mountains like that, and like the deserty feel. Okay, let's go with the questions. If you could learn only one magic spell, but it could only do something mundane and boring, what would the spell do and why? Interesting. So nothing like the fancy like flying, teleportation, and everything else that people want. It has to be mundane. Mundane can be very subjective. So from my take, it could be something like... What is the thing I hate the most? Probably washing dishes. I would probably learn one magic spell that will automate, like I don't know, magic gloves that float on their own, that are able to wash the dishes on their own. That can be mundane, right? But yeah, if I can automate some of that stuff, outsource it, then that would be amazing. Nowadays, this magic spell is what we call automation, right? And it's very much the in thing everywhere, in households, in corporations, businesses and whatnot. Automation is the thing to make that routine task very much hands-free, so you can focus on other things which can be more productive. That's what I would want, something to help me with the chores, so I can spend more time creating videos, working, earning money, things like that. Shamron, my bad. Shamron. It's chevron in some, like that sign, but the sign, the other sign is not. I guess there's a missing asset in there. I think that's because of the Oregon stuff. Maybe that got affected. There we go. Let's fill it up. Wow, so many gallons. I think the plane that I fly, the Cessna 172, can only take up to what? 50 gallons or something? 54 gallons I think is the limit. But yeah, that's a very small plane. It can only take like up to 3 passengers. So 4 people in total. Right? First gear. Alright, now I won't be afraid to run out of fuel. Let's take it slow here because I have no visibility. Hear something. Good. Little bit of gear grinding shouldn't hurt so much. Yeah, but that's my answer. Something mundane, and it's probably going to be a house chore help. And nowadays, automation is the key. And that's actually, that magic spell is now being brought to reality, bit by bit. So we recently, I think I told you guys about it before, a couple of months ago. We bought this, it's like a Roomba, but it's a different brand. The how do you call it? These robo vacuum cleaners, robo cleaners. It's quite useful. It's very smart. It's able to cover the entire unit, and I don't need to vacuum on my own, because even though maybe it only takes a couple of minutes to vacuum, it still takes a bit of time, prep work and that stuff. So it takes away from what you can do, what else you can do. Handing it off to something that can be automated easily, I definitely take that. So technology is really stepping up. Alright, let's see. What's the worst and best thing about being male, and why? Male as in the gender. Okay, interesting question. Let's see. Because usually it's like, usually the females, the ladies are the ones who are at a disadvantage from society, at least. Not in any way aside from the society stigma. But the male? Why is that guy stopping? Why is that guy stopping? I think he got afraid when it rained. Oh my goodness, the rain is real. Look at those particles. So cool looking. That is all foggy weather, guys. And are we going to be late? Nah, we'll be there in time. Yeah, I think it's almost time to end the episode because the weather has completely turned. Okay, so worst thing about being male. So we don't have the stigma, we don't have the gender inequality, right? We have the advantage right now, which shouldn't be the case. I totally agree. But I guess it works both ways in a way. Look at those raindrops. Very cool, right? Physics at work. I think it works both ways. Because on one end, yeah, the ladies are expected to like stay at home, at least before, and be submissive to their husbands and be submissive to the guys. That was the traditional thinking. Now it's all about gender equality, but we're not quite there yet. There are still some stigmas remaining, and it takes a bit of push really for the entire world to get used to that fact. So until this inequality works both ways. So if, for example, the ladies are expected to stay at home, then that means the men are expected to work. But it's not always like that, right? In some cases, the wife for example, has the one which has a better career, and it's the guy which is the husband who is going to stay in the house, and that should be totally fine. But my point is, it works in the other side too, against men in a way, because we are expected to be strong. We're expected to be the how do you say, the lead of the household, expected to be making decisions and everything, which if you look at gender battle novels, yeah, it definitely have some texture issues there, probably with Viva Mexico or some other mod conflict, probably, or maybe a load order issue. If you know my issue, guys, let me know in the comments, alright, how to fix it. But yeah, it works both ways, and so even men have this like predetermined way of how they should act, and if they don't act that way, if they don't act macho and strong and like you cannot be too emotional, you cannot cry, you know, these very old-fashioned impressions. You cannot watch chick flicks, you cannot watch Gilmore Girls, you know, things like that. But yeah, that's totally unfair as well. So it doesn't only become unfair for the ladies, but also for us guys too. And so I really believe in the gender equality. Gender equality doesn't mean you give the women a better shot or an advantage. It just means equal in every possible way. So it's not an excuse to like take advantage of the other gender. It's just, yeah, really accepting that it can always work either way. And I really like that philosophy. Why would you let gender get in the way of what you really want to do? Okay, we are almost here, and I think should be fine to... yeah, the parking is over there. Ah, crap, it's a bit of a tight squeeze here because it's a double trailer. Not sure if it'll fit in here. Dang it. It's going to be tight. Let's go slow. I have no visibility there, so let's just wait if we can we'll hear a bang. Okay, did I avoid it? I might have. We got lucky, I think. Okay. 1 sec though. Let's see if I can maneuver this properly. Oh, that's not enough. Will I hit the gate in front? I do have a nose, I just remembered. There we go. I think that will work. Peek my head out even if it's raining, otherwise we will have no chance of parking this thing. And here I have absolutely no visibility. Okay. So let's rely on this side then. And just hope that they gave us enough space for this trailer. But yeah, very deep questions, but I like it. Thanks a lot, Jay. We'll continue next episode, maybe in Explain, maybe in Trucking, we'll see. Come on. A little more. Hello? There we go. Perfect. That went smoother than I expected. I like it. Look at how long that trailer is. Goodness. We were able to squeeze in through that tight gap there. Cool. I'll take that. Alright, excelente. 400 miles. 11 hours driving. So yeah, if this was Explain, that would be like real 11 hours. But thankfully, the 408 miles should be much faster because you're traveling faster, ideally. Okay, anyway, yes. So expect a lot more X-Plane, expect a lot more trucking. And let me know what you think about those, okay? Let's see, do we want ADR or do we want long distance? I think we want ADR. So we have more choices for types of cargo. Let me save that, go out. And we will continue the Q&A probably in X-Plane, okay? We'll see. I'll think of something. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please don't forget, hit the thumbs up button. Who's hammering in there? Come on, I'm recording. No, just kidding. So, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, comment, share with your friends, all that stuff. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. And thank you for your continued support. And yeah, stick around and keep in touch. Thanks. Have a nice day. Clumsy Trucking, and bye-bye.